Do y'all do any of your recording at the same time? Because for EarthSpark, because most of my cast is on the West Coast, and I've met them or had conversations with them via social, but never in the same room.
Yeah, I've never, any show that I have ever been on, recorded with another actor, which is a bummer.
That was really surprising.
We all would love to. I think it just...
great. The director has always been fun for me. It's been Christy Reed, who's this incredible, like butch, badass lesbian who just like directs all these queer shows and works with GLAAD and
hell yeah,
and moving forward animation and things like that. So that's always a blast. We always have a fabulous time. But it's true, I never get that connection with the cast.
Wow.
Use your imagination.
Yeah.
Did we pass each other in between sessions once? I'm trying to remember who. Like I know it was
probably.
I think maybe. Yeah.
Yeah.
But Jess, we didn't, right? Yeah.
I remember being super surprised. I remember showing up and being like, I'm gonna get to meet Bumblebee. It's gonna be so fun. We're gonna we might even improv, and I get there and I'm like, where's everyone?
No.
It's just like you in a booth being crazy.
Yeah.
But.
Wait, can I weirdly tell a Rescue Bots Academy thing?
Please?
I know this is strange. You didn't get to meet any of the other actors in Rescue Bots Academy either?
I mean, sort of coming and
out.
going from sessions. Yeah.
The voice actor for Hot Shot, his name is Pierce Cravens.
I actually did meet him.
You did meet him?
Going, yeah.
Great guy.
Yeah.
Years before Transformers for either of us, I was his understudy in an off-Broadway show at a place that was once known as the Snapple Theater off of Times Square.
Oh my God,
what? I was his understudy, and then years go by, and then he voices Hot Shot, and I voice Hot Rod, which, as you know the history, they're, not interchangeable, but they're kind of closely related in some ways. Yeah.
That's cool.
Kind of funny.
That's cool.
Anyway.
Small world.
Yeah.
Good times.
Yeah. Well, that's all we got.
Yeah, thank you so much.
All right, so folks, if we've got questions, we can go ahead and line up to the microphone. Just keep it one question per time. If you got another question, get to the end of the line. Hi there.
Oh, hey. Good to see you.
What's up, dude?
Hi, Paul.
Good to see you.
This is my first ever TFcon, but all you guys had
Mine too.
all at a MockCon last year, and it was so nice getting to meet you all. And so my question is for Z. So as you gave the amazing honor of playing Nightshade, the first ever non-binary Transformer, and have you been able to see any of the fan reaction there has been to Nightshade, and just how many people in the LGBTQ plus space and fellow non-binary Transformer fans have reacted to your performance as such an authentic character?
Yeah, that's a great question. Thank you. The fan reaction is most vivid to me in visual art, just because I'm a big learner when it comes to seeing things. So on Instagram, like the many interpretations of this character and the way that people play with Nightshade has been one of the most exciting ways I've seen people express their love for the character. And it's been really cool to watch people already today talk to me about how their experience as a queer person coming out has been assisted by getting to know Nightshade, getting to have a conversation through, through the animation that is like, someone that they know, and that's what I love about being able to interact.
Thank you so much.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good to see you.
Good to see you, Bob.
Good to see you. Hi everyone, I just want to say that I love Cyberverse, Rack and Ruin, and RC are my two favorite characters.
Oh, thank you.
I'm 54. I grew up in the 80s during the golden age of animation. So I was there when all this started. With you, I'm calling you the next generation, just as a compliment. Looking back at that 80s run of voice actors, is there anybody that you look up to, that you use as an influence, or that you just have a favorite of, so that way from one generation to the next?
That's a good question.
Well, Frank Welker, of course.
Yeah.
I mean, all hail.
You have to pick one voice.
All hail Frank. Frank, of course. And I know this is sort of later 80s-ish, but Rob Paulsen is so, his, Raphael, and like his career clearly has been amazing, and all the Animaniac stuff and Pinky and the Brain. And he's been a real inspiration, not just because of all the voices he does, but he had throat cancer. I don't know if you guys know about this.
Oh my gosh.
He had throat cancer. And he wasn't sure if he was going to be able to work anymore, and he was, and he had surgery and everything worked out great, and clearly he is doing just fine. But yeah, I mean, he's always been someone I have thought about for that very reason, and also just, how iconic his characters have been, and so different. How different his characters have been. His range is really cool, really inspiring. So late 80s, I think I slipped in there a bit.
All right. Well, thank you all very much.
Oh, sure.
Thank you.
Same answer. Rob Paulsen's awesome. I was just going to say, I was born in the late 80s, so I mean, certainly was catching some of that at the end, and then it was, a little more 90s, but Kevin Conroy, Phil Hartman is amazing. Oh my gosh, his Simpsons stuff. I was a big Simpsons fan. Nancy Cartwright, Phil Lamar. I know now I'm getting into the 90s and on, but yeah, just wanted to throw some in there.
Rob Paulsen was also on Transformers, by the way.
Yes, that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
So greetings, Flesh Teachers.
Oh.
I just had to say that.
Oh, hi.
Hello.
Since 75% of you are from a musical theater background, sorry.
No, I did do musicals. I just didn't study it. But go ahead.
Okay.
Oh, there you go. Okay, we accept you.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes,
Could you
musical
guys
theater episode of
improvise
Cyberverse.
a musical scene from Transformers the Musical?
Yes, I will do one. This is Jetfire doing West Side Story. When you're a jet all the way. From your first cigarette to your last dying day. When you're a jet, when the beep hits the fan, you've got brothers around, you're a family man! Huzzah! Because he's a jet.
I get it.
Anyone else?
Good morning, Baltimore. Doesn't he?
Lift up your head. Wash off your mascara. Here, take my Kleenex. Wipe that lipstick away. Show me your face, clear as the morning. I know things were bad, but now they're okay.
Suddenly sideswipe.
Okay, this is Windblade doing My Fair Lady. I could have danced all night. Bumblebee, let's go. I could have danced
You got it, Windblade.
all night and still have begged for more.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. That was a fun question.
Yeah, that was fun.
Wait,
I'm racing.
I'm glad I only had to sing earlier in the day. Later.
I'm so glad you sang Good Morning Baltimore because that has been running through my head since I got here.
Right?
Absolutely.
I sang it to myself when I arrived.
Yeah, same. Yeah.
Hi.
Hi. Hey.
Travis, I want to say Hot Rod is one of my favorite characters, and I love your take on him in Cyberverse.
Thank you.
Especially in the contestant art. I love how you switch to like a gruffer voice, like Shadow the Hedgehog inspired maybe.
Thank you.
It's awesome. And,
Thank you so much.
Yeah. And Z, as someone who's non-binary and autistic, Nightshade is just such amazing representation, and I think you do such a good job bringing them to life. And yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
That's so sweet.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Your cosplay is amazing.
Yeah.
Looks great.
I'm glad it means so much to you. Thanks for sharing.
Hi.
Hi.
For the Rescue Bots Academy crew that are among you guys, are you aware of the greatness of the original Rescue Bots?
No, never heard of it. Is it good?
It's really good.
Oh, cool.
Because I feel like with most kid shows nowadays, it's just like a lot of oh, well, here's an episode, but I feel like with Rescue Bots, like, it kept up with, like, the same story, so it wouldn't just restart and act like nothing happened from the last couple of episodes, like, it would actually, like, you know, keep going on with the story. But that brings me to my next point. With the Rescue Bots Academy, Peter Colon was no longer voicing Optimus Prime in that. However, I have a solution for maybe in like 10 years.
Oh.
When I can voice act.
Okay.
Would you guys like to hear my Optimus Prime impression?
Yeah.
Duh.
Of course.
Autobots, my name is Optimus Prime, and I send this message to any remaining Autobots hiding amongst the stars.
That's amazing.
That was great.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So brave.
You got to sing though too, actually.
Yeah, you get to sing as Optimus. Hi.
Hi.
This question is for Jessica, Jeremy, and Travis. I was wondering if you're aware of the IDW adaptation of your characters. If so, what are your opinions on their characterization?
Yes. I am aware of these.
I am not.
The IDF, like the comic.
Oh wait,
iterations.
someone brought it to me today for the first time. I just saw it. Super cool. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm not intimately familiar with the series. I'm clearly aware of it. I mostly know about Whirl because when we started crafting Whirl for Cyberverse, they told me about the comic book version of Whirl, and then they were like, so not that. And I was like, okay, great. But since then, yes, I've become very aware of. Everyone comes out to me. Everyone loves Whirl. No matter what the iteration. But yeah, whenever we would record it, one of the writers would always be like, there was this one time in the comics that Whirl did this, and would talk about some Crazor thing that Whirl did, and then they'd be like, but not that, we're not doing that. I'm like, okay, I get it. So yes, I am aware. It sounds very cool stuff.
I am familiar. I have read a bit. I still need to catch up more. I last stopped at the point where you find out that Ultra Magnus is Minimus Ambus. Great comics, awesome stuff. I love it. And some of you might have seen, and if you haven't, you can go check it out. I've read some of Rodimus's speeches, and it's on my YouTube and TikTok, so check that out.
I'm just not familiar with it, but I flipped through it a little bit. It looks awesome. I was so excited that somebody brought it to me to share. So, yeah, I got to read it now. I'm going to get it. I can get it on Amazon. Right?
I'll hook you up.
I feel like maybe at a Transformers convention, you might be able to locate one or two.
I might be able to locate one. That is true.
I'm going to plug something, actually, another thing. At my table, I actually commissioned an IDW comic artist named Sid Van Blue, who's done a bunch of work for the comics, for some original pieces, and they're at my table, and she does great work, and yeah, come check it out.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello.
Hi.
Hey.
Jessica, is it?
Yes? Yeah?
Look, I know I never actually saw Transformers Cyberverse because it's just didn't catch my interest, but
It's
all good.
okay, it's not for everybody.
You're welcome.
Honestly, me neither.
There's a lot of stuff to watch.
Yeah.
anyway, so you were RC in the Transformers War for Cybertron cartoon?
Yes.
What is it that you don't like about being in that Netflix show?
What do I not like about being in a Netflix show?
That's a loaded question.
Woo! Well,
Specifically the other actors and creative team. What don't you like about
what do I
them?
like about that?
Yeah, seriously. Who do you hate?
I actually really enjoyed working on it because it was a very different version of the storytelling than Cyberverse is. So War for Cybertron was the director really directed me to go very dark on that, and that we recorded that in LA actually. But yeah, he Michelle Rodriguez in Fast and Furious was his direction for me. So like just really kind of gritty and like Aliens almost is what he was going for. So I actually really enjoyed doing something like on the opposite side of the spectrum from Windblade. So I love Netflix.
She did. She hated one thing about it. That it ended.
Exactly. Well played.
My least favorite thing about that Netflix trilogy was that Peter Cullen or Frank Welker aren't available in it.
Yeah. But we got a lot with them in it too, so you could always have a nostalgia party and watch it.
Yeah. Thank you. It was an honor to have met all of you in the shows I never actually saw.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
A pleasure
Thank you so much.
meeting you.
It's so nice to meet you. Thank you.
Honored to meet you as well.
Thank you. It's awesome.
Great.